While the bombing of Gaza continues just an hour away, helpless Palestinians in occupied East Jerusalem try to go about their daily lives during Ramadan. In the heart of Jerusalem is the Old City, founded thousands of years ago and a holy place for all three Abrahamic religions for many centuries. For years, especially during the month of Ramadan, this area becomes one of the most decorated and cheerful parts of the Old City. But this year is an exception. Because of the ongoing mass killing of their fellow Palestinians in Gaza, the empathy and sadness of Palestinians here in occupied East Jerusalem is very tangible.
Yalnız kaldık maalesef. İsrail'e kardeş ve arkadaş bütün Avrupa çıktı. Ama Filistinliler ise sanki onların kardeşleri yok. 2 milyar Müslüman sanki yok bu dünyada. Bu şuur bizi öldürüyor yani. İsrail'in katliamından daha fazla, bombalarından daha fazla kardeşlerin bize ilgisi. Böyle suskunluğu bizi öldürüyor.
Palestinians are a people who attach great importance to the preservation of all traditions, cuisine, crafts and skills. Here you can buy various souvenirs and other traditional items and crafts specific to Palestine and Palestinian peoples. However, it only takes one day to notice that living here is very expensive. The prices of food, drinks and souvenirs is hard to fathom. In short, everything is very, very pricey.
It's empty, no business, no tourists. Because no people to come, afraid. Because the problems in Gaza or Israel.
With Israel occupying East Jerusalem and controlling the currency, economy and all trade, Palestinians have no agency when it comes to the cost of living and see these inflated prices as an Israeli strategy to economically force them to move out of the Old City. Speaking of Israel, I can't help but mention the Israeli checkpoints located everywhere throughout the Palestinian part of the Old City, where Israeli soldiers regularly harass and humiliate Palestinians to stop and frisk body checks and sometimes even attack them at their own will. With Iftar approaching, you can notice people busily buying the last necessities before heading to their homes to break their fasts. Others buy food from local vendors and head to the Aqsa mosque to wait for Iftar there. That's why I headed over to Aqsa. Currently, during Ramadan and for so-called security reasons, Israel is only allowing Muslim women to enter.
The atmosphere of Ramadan is something beautiful. The food on the tables is in less amounts. We don't eat as we used to before. We eat just to break our fast because it makes us feel like our brothers in Gaza are dying, are starving. That makes us feel bad or grief,
Honestly, we are hoping that it stays this calm. It's relatively calm. Still, there are fights, but we are hoping that it doesn't escalate like 2 years ago. There are more requirements for people who come here. Sometimes there are more restrictions also.
Al-Aqsa Mosque is important in Islam because Muslims believe that the Prophet Muhammad was transported from Holy Mosque in Mecca to Al-Aqsa during his night journey. Al-Aqsa, which means the highest in Arabic, was also the first Qibla in Islam, built in 8th century. It is also mentioned in the Quran as holy and blessed in many passages. Additional significance is given by the fact that for Muslims, Al-Aqsa is the only known location on earth where all the messengers of God worshipped together, led by the last prophet Muhammad. Israel, which systematically denies access to Al-Aqsa to most Palestinians, has been allowing Israeli excavators to dig underneath the mosque, damaging and establishing its foundations, while also allowing Jews to enter, yet failing to prevent damage and destruction to the Al-Aqsa compound by Jewish Zionist extremists. And so today, once the sun has set over the Holy Land, the Muslim Palestinians are preparing for Tarawih namaz, because praying is the only thing that they can do for their Palestinian kin in besieged, bombarded Gaza.